This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what you need to know today. The top diplomats of Armenia and Azerbaijan have agreed to meet for talks in Kazakhstan just weeks after Kazakhstan's leader offered to host delegations from the two countries as ongoing normalization efforts remain largely stalled. Foreign ministers Ararat Mirzoyan of Armenia and Ceyhun Bayramov of Azerbaijan are set to meet on an as-yet unspecified date in Almaty, Kazakhstan's largest city, an Armenian government spokesperson told the Armen press news agency today, without elaborating. There was no immediate confirmation from Azerbaijan on the matter. The two diplomats' most recent meeting took place 2 months ago in Berlin, Germany. For its part, Kazakhstan today stressed it is only providing a platform for negotiations and does not intend to mediate between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Mirzoyan is currently in Qatar for talks with senior officials, including from the Qatar Investment Authority, the Gulf Monarchy's sovereign wealth fund. Bayramov is set to arrive in Qatar tomorrow for an international economic development forum. There have been no public indications the officials plan to meet while there. The Kazakhstan talks come on the heels of an official visit to Armenia earlier this month by Kazakhstani President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, who told reporters his country is ready to provide maximum assistance and provide a platform for negotiations. The month prior, Tokayev paid a trip to Azerbaijan and also traveled to Nagorno-Karabakh at that time. Kazakhstan, the wealthiest and most influential country in Central Asia, maintains warm relations with both Armenia and Azerbaijan. The country styles itself as a diplomatic hub and previously hosted high-profile international negotiations meant to end the ongoing civil war in Syria. In other diplomatic news, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken spoke separately with the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan over the weekend to review the latest developments and ongoing normalization efforts between the two countries. The United States top diplomat told both Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan of Armenia and President Ilham Aliyev of Azerbaijan he welcomed a preliminary agreement reached earlier this month between the two countries to recognize Soviet-era administrative boundaries as their borders, according to State Department readouts. That agreement, which led last week to the formal launch of a long-delayed border delimitation process between Armenia's northeastern Tavush region and Azerbaijan's northwestern Gazakh district, has sparked ongoing protests in Armenia. In addition, Blinken noted ongoing U.S. efforts to support Armenia's sovereignty and territorial integrity and urged Azerbaijan to adhere to its international human rights obligations and commitments and release those unjustly detained. Last week, Azerbaijan released Gubad Ibadoglu, a prominent opposition figure, to house arrest amid mounting international pressure and concern for his health. Azerbaijan's readout of the talks differed significantly from the United States press release and pointedly did not mention the issue of wrongful detention. Ruben Vartanyan, the billionaire businessman and philanthropist who briefly served as Nagorno-Karabakh's prime minister, remains in custody in Azerbaijan alongside 7 other former senior Nagorno-Karabakh officials and dozens of Armenian prisoners of war. You can also check out the latest edition of Democracy Watch, a new joint initiative by CivilNet and the Regional Center for Democracy and Security, a Yerevan-based think tank. This week, we take a look at the recent surge in divisive and polarizing political rhetoric in Armenia and the latest developments around the Armenian National Interests Fund, a government body meant to co-invest in major projects across the country that is now embroiled in controversy. You can find the full write-up on our website, civilnet.am. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 5,105. That's the total area of land in square meters adjacent to the cascade that the Kafesjan Museum Foundation has formally handed over to Yerevan municipality, city officials confirmed earlier this month. Earlier, Mayor Tigran Avignon pledged to finish long-stalled construction of the cascade, a massive unfinished staircase in the heart of Yerevan and one of the city's landmarks. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.